Hi dear students, so let's start with the another important topic of the cell. So now we are going to discuss about the cell wall in case of the eukaryotes. So we know that in case of eukaryotes, especially the plants and the fungi, they are the main organisms where cell wall is present. So the fungal cell wall, first of all, we'll talk about their composition. So the fungal cell wall is made up of chitin. इसको chitin भी बोलते हैं. Some of the people are pronouncing it as chitin, but it is chitin. It is made up of chitin. And if we talk about the algae, which is a category of the lower category of the plants, so here the cell wall is made up of cellulose, galactans, mannans and minerals like calcium carbonate. We had studied in junior section that plant cell wall is made up of cellulose, but addition to that, the other molecules we will discuss now. So here the different molecules like the galactans, mannans and the minerals like calcium carbonate are present in case of algae. Then if we come to the higher plants, so here the cell wall is consist of cellulose, hemicellulose, pectin and proteins. So these things are very important बच्चे. ये जो भी compositions हैं, you need to learn. Fungal cell wall is made up of what? Algal and the plant. Fine, we need to learn them very thoroughly and very appropriately. Then the primary cell wall of the young plant is capable of growth which diminishes in mature cell. As the cells they become mature, the primary cell wall which will diminish and the new secondary cell walls will be formed on the inner side, especially on the inner side of the cell wall. So to understand this concept of the cell wall, let's come to this diagram. So here you can see this is a plant cell. Fine. So the plant cell is having the outermost layer is the middle lamella. So as we have discussed earlier also in the previous video, that middle lamella is the connecting unit between the two cells. Like this is one another cell, this is one another cell. So this cell and this cell is connected to each other with the help of this middle lamella. Fine. So inner to that, this dotted line is being represented by the primary cell wall. This is the first formed cell wall when the young cell will be formed. As the cell keep on maturing, it will be growing, it will be becoming more mature. So in that case, the new wall layers will be formed. And the first formed wall layer will be S1. So this here we are having one mistake in the labeling. We have to interchange the position of S1 and S3 with each other. This inner most will be the S1, the first formed secondary layer. Then second is the S2, the second formed secondary layer, and the third is the S3, that means the third formed secondary layer. So this way the new wall layers will be keep on forming inside to the primary cell wall. And as these wall layers they will become more and more thick, so this primary cell wall will gradually diminish, that will be completely crushed over there. And as well as the lumen or the cavity of the cell will also become highly reduced. Now here in this case the cells they will become dead cells, especially the dead cells of xylem. They are having this sort of formation of secondary layers over there. So this is all about the cell wall. Now the next topic which we are going to discuss is the plasmodesmata and the middle lamella. So plasmodesmata, they are the pores which are acting as a connecting link between the two neighboring cells. When the two neighboring cells they are in communication, the cytoplasm of the two adjoining cells is in communication, so that is called as plasmodesmata. And the middle lamella is made up of calcium pectate. Fine, it is a cementing material which is holding the two adjoining cells. So you can see here, this is the middle lamella and this is the primary and the secondary walls of one cell, primary and the secondary wall of the other cell. So these two cells, like this is one side and the other on the other side, this is the middle lamella present in between. This middle lamella is acting as a cementing material. Fine, like while constructing our buildings, we connect the two bricks with each other through the cement. Similar to that, here the middle lamella is the cementing material between the two adjoining cells. So that is made up of calcium pectate. Now we have discussed about the plasmodesmata. So plasmodesmata are the pores. So it means if this is a cytoplasm of one cell and this is the cytoplasm of the other cell, so there is a pore, there is a tube-like communication between the two. that pore between the two adjoining cells through which the cytoplasm are in communication with each other. Imagine करिए यहाँ पर एक पतली सी एक ट्यूब है जो यहाँ पर दो adjoining cells को आपस में जोड़ रही है. You can imagine here also कि ये एक सेल की यहाँ की सेल वॉल के बीच में और इसके बीच में एक ट्यूब है. So where the two cytoplasm are in communication, तो उस ट्यूब को, उस पोर को हम क्या कहेंगे? That will be called as the plasmodesmata. Fine. So this is all about the cell wall, middle lamella and the plasmodesmata about the plant cells. Thank you.